We got my brother Dennis Jeanpierre here. Man, what was the initial thought about your traveling? Like, what got you to really want to travel?
Well, I've always been like, a restless person. I never like to stay still. I'm kind of a free-spirited person anyway. So as soon as I was able to get the means to be able to travel, I started doing it. First it was within the United States, then I started branching out. My first international trip was Toronto, Canada. Even though Toronto's very close, it was still a different vibe back then when I did it. So at some point I said, it's time for me to put the big boy drawers on and start going overseas. So Brazil was my first excursion outside of North America.
Mm-hmm. And did you see anything previously about Brazil? Any movies or any documentaries?
Well, the first exposure I ever got to Brazil was it was a boxer from here by the name of Adilson Rodriguez. His nickname was Maguila, but he was from Sao Paulo. This was like back in the late 80s. He fought Evander Holyfield, and they did a backstory on him. So that was my first time ever being exposed to Brazil and its people. Mm-hmm. And then later on, like in the late 90s, early 2000s, there was another boxer from here called Acelino Freitas, nicknamed Popo. And he was one of my favorite fighters back then. And he used to come to the ring. He had the samba dancers. I said, man, that's pretty cool. I listened to a little bit of Brazilian music, so I was always interested in Brazil, but I didn't get the urge to want to come here until I saw Al Grease's documentary, Frustrated. That's what really pushed me over the edge to come down here.
Mm-hmm. And what was it about seeing that documentary that really motivated you? Was there certain scenes or?
Well, it was one gentleman in particular, older gentleman. His name is Stephen Holmes. He said, this will change your thinking of women down here. And I was like, really? So I said, I think I'm gonna go check it out, see what it's all about. He also said that don't come down to Rio by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't take your girlfriend down here, or don't come to Rio by yourself, because if you do, you're gonna go back thinking, how can I get rid of my girlfriend back in America? So I'm like, really? So I came down here and checked it out, and it's life-changing experience.
So tell us about this area right here we in.
This is the Barra da Tijuca section of Rio de Janeiro. It's the newest part of Rio de Janeiro. I think it's only about 60 years old, and it's also the most modern part of Rio de Janeiro. Just walking down the street here, it kind of looks like South Beach. It kind of reminds me of South Beach. Mm-hmm. Very modern, very upscale, very nice place to live. I would like to live out here. Now, right now, we're in the Jardim Oceânico section of Barra da Tijuca, and this is pretty much where one of the places I want to set down roots in Rio. As you can see, you got beautiful beaches. Look at the houses on the mountain back there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Nice beaches.
Very nice.
The beaches are cleaner out here. Mm-hmm. The waves are not as dangerous. So this is a really good spot if you want to get away from the hustle and bustle of Copacabana, Ipanema. This is different. It's like a 20-minute ride on the metro, on the subway. Shoot out here, be around a different environment, different people. So,
and how much you think the apartments are around this area right here? Say somebody wanted to buy.
If you want to buy, it depends. I've seen apartments going for 200,000 reais. It depends on where. If you're looking for something monthly, I've seen apartments going for 500. One bedroom apartments, $500, $700 a month US. It's definitely cheaper than any other most beachfront cities in the world, especially in the United States.
And do they speak a little more English out here than Copa, or?
I haven't encountered many people. I don't think many people in Rio, period, speak good English. Mm-hmm. Very few people here speak good English. So Portuguese will come in handy. You can get away with it with something. You may meet a girl here or there. They're working one of these kiosks or whatever. They may speak a little bit of English, but by and large, most people don't speak good English here.
Okay, so you say you would choose this area, and you've been all around Brazil.
Yeah.
Is there another area you might choose to try to live in?
I would try maybe Ipanema, because Copacabana is very dirty, very noisy. Mm-hmm. And you got a lot of homeless people around. Ipanema is probably a close second.
Okay. Now, what about other cities like Sao Paulo, Salvador Bahia?
Sao Paulo, I wouldn't. Sao Paulo's just too big for me. It's too big, and plus Sao Paulo doesn't have a beach. I'm a beach guy, so I like to have access to beaches, being near water. Salvador, I only been there once, and when I went there, it was kind of the wrong time, so I can't really give an assessment of that. But from what other people have told me, Salvador is a little slow at night. There's not as many entertainment options as you have here in Rio. Fortaleza is pretty good. Manaus is pretty good as well, but Rio's number one, man. Rio's number one in Brazil, to me. Florianopolis is good, too.
Now, which city has the best nightlife, hands down? Here, okay.
Without question. Without question. The energy here is great. The beaches are great. Lots of entertainment options. I mean, you're never bored out here. Never. I'm never bored here in Rio.
Okay, and what would you suggest, like, say if somebody, they got a new digital nomad visa, they say only $1,500 a month, you can qualify, but what would be a good budget for a single guy to come out here and live a few months, monthly?
For a month? I would say...
Moderate partier?
Moderate partier?
Yeah.
I would say anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 a month. If you want to, to be able to do what you want to do and when you want to do it here, I would say between $2,000 and $3,000 a month, you'll be pretty comfortable.
Okay.
I mean, because if you have $200,000 US, you're a millionaire here in Brazil. So your money goes a lot further.
Okay. And what's like the average, if you want to take a Brazilian woman out to eat and wine and dine, what's like the average date out here cost? Yeah.
I would say between $30 and $40 US. You would take a woman out to a nice spot, between $30 and $40 US.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now give us a few tips about how to like approach a Brazilian woman, talk to a Brazilian woman, because I watch your channel, I see you on channel talking to Brazilian women all the time, man. Just give us a little game real quick before we go.
Well, I'm big on eye contact. Like if I'm walking down the street, I'm on the beach, I'm walking down the block, I pass by a restaurant or whatever, or wherever, I see a girl look at me and smile, I'll stop and say, hey, how you doing? Or, I'll approach a girl, if I see a girl stand on the corner, for example, I'll approach her and ask her a harmless question, like, hey, where can I find this place? And I gauge her vibe to me. You know what I'm saying? I'll check her attitude, check her vibe. If she gives me a good vibe, I'll transition and say, hey, you wanna hang with me at this time in this place? And go from there.
Okay, cool. All right, and do you see like, a lot of wifey material walking around Brazil, or more like girlfriend, quick relationship types?
Well, here in Rio, it's like Rio's wild. So you can find a good girl here, but it's a little harder because, not only do the men here have a lot of options, the women have a lot of options too. So, I've met girls that, they'll hit and quit too. They'll hit and keep going. They'll hit you and keep going too. So it's just,
yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Very true.
So, it might be a little harder here to find like a really like wifey material, but it is possible. But I would suggest going to a different part of Brazil if you're really serious about finding a wife here.
Now you visited Colombia. You was in Colombia for what? 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay. Colombia or Brazil for you?
Brazil, because I've only been to one city in Colombia, which is Medellin. I'm a beach guy. I like the beach, and also Brazil has my vibration. You know what I'm saying? It's an African-centered culture here. You know what I'm saying? So it vibes with me better than Colombia. I know Brazil. Colombia. I know Colombia has their Afro-Colombian roots too, but here, the vibe here and the energy here is more compatible with me. Great place, man. Great energy. Good people watching.
Now, what about the safety here, man? You feel safe walking, around here at night?
I've never felt unsafe here. Never. I don't have a false sense of security, but being from a big city, I'm accustomed to watching my surroundings anyway and being aware of my surroundings. As long as you stay smart, don't do anything stupid, it's pretty safe out here. Plus the police are here, you got police right there on the corner. It's pretty secure out here, The stuff that goes down here is basically just petty crime. People get their chain snatched. I've seen people get their bikes stolen and stuff, like just petty stuff. But other than that, there's really no real danger in places like Barra, Copacabana. You're not gonna get shot up or nothing like that. That just doesn't happen.
Do you feel safer here or in Chicago?
Here, I mean, there's gas stations in Chicago I won't go to. I mean, so it depends on the part of town you go to, but I'd much rather be here than in Chicago.
What advice would you give to, like, I would say brothers under 25 years old, between the ages of 18 and 25? What advice would you give them?
If you decide, before deciding to get married in America, get your passport and try different cultures, different people, experience dating different types of women before you decide to settle down in America, if that's what you want to do. Don't limit yourself to just what's in America. See what else is out here. This is a big planet. Get your passport, get your money up, get your resources up, and hit the road.
All right, man. Appreciate it, man.
No problem.
Fellas, don't forget to check out the Black Man Travels merch store where you can purchase BMT t-shirts, tank tops, travel quote tees, and much more. Stay travel motivated, my friends. Join the movement. Hey, family, if you want to connect with your fellow travelers around the globe and get early access to content as well as private events and merch store discounts, then make sure you join the private Black Man Travels 2.0 Facebook group.
I keep it factual. I'm on sabbatical. I'm out in Central America. I need a break from hysteria. Park like the one with the carousel. I get it lit in your area. I'm locked to the vision, it couldn't be clear. You couldn't pay me to care enough. I dare you to hate me supreme with the sound through the stereo. So turn it up loud when you hearing us. We live and it's good in your area. My mama proud, she tearing up and it's going down. Got your girl aroused by these massive stacks like 100 pounds. Running big laps till the sun is down like 100 miles. Tinted frames on me leaning down. I'm winning now.